Hey there, oh great, illustrious, and luscious Woggy. Have you heard of this new superhero cartoon that dropped on Amazon Prime called Invincible?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it, but if you couldn't tell, I'm more of an anime channel. Plus, I've seen a bunch of major spoilers that happen near the end, and besides, I got this huge video project I'm about to start working on, so my plate is pretty full.
It's got a really deep story, the characters are fun, it has some good twists. The voice actor for Keith voices the main character, which is this handsome man.
So it says right here it's confirmed for another 2 seasons, right? Whoop! A bit of a change of pace for the channel, but what can I say? After some pestering from a good friend of mine and seeing high praise coming from a review channel I enjoy watching, I finally caved into giving Invincible a chance for myself, which brings us to this video of me planning to gush the absolute hell out of it as I came out enjoying it more than I expected I would. So really the only logical thing for me to do next is to explain why exactly you should be watching Invincible. Invincible was published under Image/Skybound Entertainment and created by Robert Kirkman, and if that name sounds familiar, that would be because he's well known for creating a pretty popular comic series that you might have heard of called The Walking Dead, which has its fair share of media including a TV series, games, and a few spin-offs. But interestingly enough, back in 2003, shortly before he began The Walking Dead, Robert created Invincible for Image Comics' own superhero line. So basically the story is about not Dick Grayson, but Mark Grayson growing up with the world's strongest superhero, Omni-Man, as his father and feeling somewhat in his shadow until he finally begins developing powers, leading Mark to kickstart a hero career of his own. But getting the powers was the easy part for Mark, as now he's figuring out that getting superpowers isn't like how it is in the cartoons, because not only does he have to balance getting his ass beat on a daily basis, but he's also got to make time for his social life, a girlfriend, and family. Everything is pretty run-of-the-mill for an origin story. It's kind of like if Superman and Spider-Man fused together to make Invincible's origin. You got the dad who comes from a Kryptonian-like planet, the high school setting and struggles for our protagonist, the superhuman powers, and a Justice League-inspired team. So, what makes Invincible different from superhero stories with the likes of Marvel or DC? Well, it has all to do with the extremely gory ending of the first episode with the murder of the Guardians of the Globe by Omni-Man. Like, holy shit. When my friend told me it gets gory beforehand, I still didn't expect it to be as graphic as it is. But the killing of the Guardians didn't really come as a shock for me though, as again, like I said earlier, I got spoiled quite a bit, but that doesn't mean there wasn't anything that didn't surprise me with this cartoon, which by the way, this review is going to contain some spoilers, so you might want to bookmark this video and come back later, but if you already seen Invincible or if you just like your milk spoiled like a weirdo, then we can carry on, okay? Besides the fact this show is consistently gory throughout, we have ongoing mysteries that go on with why Omni-Man killed the Guardians, and if you pay close enough attention to how he seems to react to people around him, it will slowly click together with each episode, and it only grows to be more interesting along with the other main conflicts like Mark having to grow more accustomed to the more brutally realistic life of being a superhero, and the twist that shocked me the most with one of the members of the teen team, which let me actually rant about a certain individual for a second, because if I don't, I'm going to be bothered by this for the rest of this script. Why did I have to suffer Rex's very existence in this show? For real, come on. Every time he came on screen, I felt my brain roll its very eyes at the shit he'd get up to with his cheating face and his douchey personality. Plus, it didn't help that I thought he was gonna try and hook up with Monster Girl with this scene here.
What are you, crazy, man? She looks like she's 14! Besides, now that I'm a guardian, I can bang anyone I want.
Like, bro, I don't care that Rex has admittedly really cool superpowers and he's kinda attractive. The fact he even shares the same name with the criminally underrated Rex Salazar makes me want to sit in a corner and question why don't more people talk about Generator Rex. I legit miss that show and wish there were more videos talking about it. Maybe I should talk about it.
And maybe you should get back to talking about Invincible.
Yeah, I know. Whoa. Wait. Why are you still here? I thought you left already.
Because you locked me in your house.
Sorry, I just don't like the idea of a burglar or Hayden coming in to steal my precious Dr. Pepper. Besides, I have a window, you dingus. Now get out of here before I decide to lock you in my closet for interrupting my video.
You know what? Yeah, fine, whatever. I got a Lance to go send for anyways. Happy Pride Month. Fucking The fuck?
One of the things that shocked me was the entire twist behind Robot's plot, which had him release the Molar twins so they could clone him a brand new body, and at first my dumbass brain had thought that maybe he was the jealous long-lost brother of Rex with him looking exactly like a younger version of him, when really I just forgot that Robot had stole Rex's DNA off of him. At another point while watching Invincible, I thought we were gonna get some kind of twist in the love plot when Amber and Eve started the bond, and legit the first thought in my head was, oh my god, lesbians? They were not in fact lesbians, sadly. They really had me, and from what the comics get into, it actually goes in another direction I actually expected in the beginning, but I digress. Not a single punch is held back in this show with how intense it gets, and honestly the last episode's fight between Omni-Man and Mark actually almost made me cry, which I didn't expect because I knew what was gonna happen, but the entire thing is just so heartbreaking to watch because of how well executed the characters' emotions were. Speaking of the characters, we got them here with Mark, who's just a relatively cute main character, Damien Darkblood, a pretty cool detective version of Hellboy, Debbie, Mark's mom, and just, hot damn, is she one fine ass MILF. I totally understand why Omni-Man waited so long to put his plans in action. But, we also got Amber, a pretty chill, laid-back girl that Mark's dating, but honestly, she's cool and all, but that whole thing with her knowing that Mark was invincible for a while now, yet her still getting upset with him for running off to save their lives didn't make any sense. Like, I understand Mark didn't tell her the truth about his identity, but it felt forced and she could have gotten mad at him for other reasons with Mark's double life because there definitely could have been some kind of workaround here, surely. It's not that big of an issue, but it's definitely something I saw in the story that could have been tweaked a bit here and there. My favorite character is William, a funny asshole who needed way more screen time than they gave him, but from what one of my friends tell me, he gets more time to shine with his boyfriend, which makes me giddy inside, especially since my poor boy almost got disfigured and murdered on 2 separate occasions. Although it would have led to some dark character development for Mark if either of those things ended up being a success, by making him think it was all his fault or giving him another reason why he should hate his dad, but I love William a lot, so I'm glad they didn't go either of those routes. And of course, to tie this all together would be the music, and it really wraps this whole show together perfectly, making each scene just that much more impactful. With its soundtrack, seriously guys, please listen to it. If you won't watch the show, then listen to the soundtrack. It's just that good. If I'm being honest, there is another issue besides the story flaw with Amber, and it's with the 3D models they use in the background scenes. The models are very wonky in the kind of way that you'll raise an eyebrow at, since it's really noticeable. A good example is when the aliens that attack the city flee back to their home dimension. Just, why do they run like that? They look like they need to take a hot shit. Or in the same episode with Omni-Man flying through the air here, just look at him go, he zoomed. But otherwise, the animation is fluid and well detailed, so good job. Double A+ excellence in that department. What else is there need to be said, really? Invincible is a spectacular, well-animated superhero show with a harsh but real take on the genre, an amazing voice cast, characters, and music, along with some shocking twists that keep you invested all throughout. While Mark isn't entirely invincible, his show is nothing but incredible.
What you do. I want to be just like you.